Hey everyone, how's it going? Dan here, continuing our West Bromwich Albion save. Now last time we were here, we had a pretty good run, ended on a draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Just can't seem to beat them, which is really infuriating as much as I'm starting to hate them. We've played a few games, and today we're going to be getting into a game against Birmingham, Crystal Palace, who we've got in the FA Cup, and then of course our league rivals, Brighton. Let's have a little chat about how things went since I last saw you. So the last game that we did on episode was the draw, as I say, against Sheffield Wednesday, which was very annoying. Very annoying, but, you know, these things happen in Football Manager. And then, again, we've continued this fantastic run. Had quite a few clean sheets as well. Only drawn one game, which was against Sheffield Wednesday, arguably the hardest team in that little selection. And as predicted, easy win against Colchester, nice 3-0 in the FA Cup. And it's, again, the great form has continued. Things are going really well for us. Big question is, though, how will things go for us today? Because Birmingham, I'm predicting a relatively easy game, but it is a rivalry game, so could get a little heated. Hopefully no red cards. Crystal Palace in the 5th round of the FA Cup. This one's a tricky one because I guess because of how well we're playing, in my head, traditionally I think, oh, we'd probably be alright against Crystal Palace. They're 7th in the Premier League. They're currently 7th in the Premier League, and if we have a little look at their starting lineup, I don't see much difference from their current team. You know, they've got the likes of Mitchell, Eze, Zaha, Edouard, ex-keeper for us, Sam Johnston, frustratingly, and ex-defender for us, Nathan Ferguson, frustratingly, but there's not been much change to their team. In my eyes, there may be people that they've taken in and out, but they've not. I just feel like it's going to be an annoying game for us. I feel like this is going to be the biggest challenge of the day. Or, what may be even a bigger challenge, is we've got our game against Brighton. It's at home for us, but they sit just below us in the league. We need to beat them in this game purely to keep that points gap, because if we look at the league, we're 7 points clear of them at the moment. And we need to keep that momentum up, because if we don't, then I'd be worried that if we don't keep that sort of number gap, that next season, towards the end of this season, we're going to start seeing what happened last year when things start closing, and then a little swap round, Brighton taking top spot, which would infuriate me more than anything. Anyway, today we have got a game against Birmingham City in the league at St Andrews. Let's dive into it. In terms of the lineup that we're going for this game, it's more of the same people that we're seeing. Slight rotations. We've brought in Dara O'Shea in centre-back, but he's joining Østegård and Phillips. Griffiths still in goal. Furlong and Carlos are wing-backs. Centre-mid, we've got Tommy Doyle and Handel, Portuguese wonder kid. Jed Wallace is in on the right. He's had a really good run of games, to be fair to him. It might not show here with that rating of 6.52, but he's actually been fantastic for us. And we're going to give Carlin Grant the rest, put Dean Garner on that position, probably bring him on at half-time, and then Daryl DK started, who started to pick up some form again and started getting a few more goals, which is very helpful. No massive changes to the squad, though. Verbruggen, I think, had a cold the last couple of days, which, as we know, can ruin any save when teams start dropping like flies to the cold. But anyway, let's dive into this Birmingham game. Okay, so they're sitting down in 15th. Should be a fairly easy victory here, but, you know, stranger things have happened in this league. It is an incredibly competitive league, the Championship, I would say, and you really do notice it on games like this. West Brom with a free kick, though. Dean Garner standing over it. He's going to go for goal. He does! That's a great free kick. My word. All right. I didn't know he had that in his locker. We have been training him on things like free kicks and corners, trying to get his set-piece taking ability a lot better, and that may be evidence that it's working. 1-0 up. Stats-wise, we're looking all right. Good possession, plenty of shots. Could do with 1 or 2 more goals. Portsmouth losing 2-0 to Brighton. I'd like to see us keep on to it. I've noticed recently we've started conceding goals like last minute. Just realised here we've got 2 Birminghams as well. I want to change that to West Brom. There we go. Yeah, too many late last-minute goals conceded, which is a little bit frustrating. Let's make a couple of subs though. I'm gonna bring off Tommy Doyle for Yokushlu because Yokushlu's the man, and I might take off Nathan Phillips for Reece Oxford just so we can save him getting sent off. And Jed for Carlin. Swap these boys around. Hopefully they can make a bit of an impact. I'm trying not to. There is a bit of me that almost wants to rest some of those bigger players because we've got the likes of Brighton and we've obviously got that Crystal Palace game in the FA Cup. But just wanted to keep the team fresh, keep the best players out there, and when you get, and this is no diss to teams like Birmingham, but when we get the easier teams to beat, maybe have a bit of a rotation. Gonna bring on Tavares. Every single time I big up one of you boys, you stop scoring goals, and that's not good. You need to keep scoring goals. Birmingham with a free kick now. Hansen Arrowen. Deflected. And who's given away the penalty? Handel. Damn. 10 minutes from the end of the game. Hogan stepping up. What are you doing, Josh Griffiths? That was so slow. Oh, that's infuriating. Right. Damar Moore. That's not an ideal way to go out of this game, and I really hope this isn't the start of cracks starting to show in the team and things going wrong for us. Anything? I don't think so. Oh, I speak too soon. Gardner Hickman plays it down the line, can't find Dean Garner, and Thornley intercepts. Plays it to Ruddy, who plays it down the middle. Headed by Oxford, but only goes as far as Colin. Now Roberts for Birmingham plays it forward for the other Roberts. Birmingham! Wow. What a goal. And that... Oh, that's not a good way for things to go. I mean, the Roberts linking up there, I mean, that was a hell of a finish. Edge of the box. Absolute rocket. The frustrating thing about this is going to end an unbeaten run that we've had that's lasted since the end of October. And in-game, where are we? End of Feb. 4-month unbeaten run, just gone to a loss to the rivals. 2-1 Birmingham. God damn it. That was not good enough. And we've got a big game coming up as well. We've got Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. I have to watch the match again, which I'm not going to do. Plenty of stoppage time drama. Yeah, ridiculous. We were shocking today. Absolute disgrace. Don't disagree with you. Don't disagree with you. Poor performance from the lads. Give those boys a bit of a rest. Anyway, I will see you when we get to the Crystal Palace game. And losing that, yeah, look at that. Look at that break in our run of form. Unbeaten for that long. Where's that? 7, 10, 14, 20, 1, 2, 3. 25 matches unbeaten. And then we lose to freaking Birmingham. Nightmare. Anyway, I'll see you at the Palace game. Okay, so diving into our fixture against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. Not a massive rotation. We've gone to our typical strongest back three of Phillips, Ørstegård and Oxford, with Griffiths in goal behind them. Carl and Furlong still holding down their positions as wing-backs. We've gone for Yokushlu and Doyle in the middle. We're bringing in Sarmiento just to give him a bit of game time. At the same time, he can actually be a bit of a threat going forward. Carl and Grant gets his spot back in the team, and then DK up front. I don't know what to expect here. We're top of the Championship. They're 7th in the league. Hopefully, we can cause a little bit of an upset, but ultimately, we just got to go out there, do our best, play our game, and see how we get on. Obviously, they've got people like Wilfred Zaha, Eze, a few other people. That can obviously cause us a bit of an issue. But like I say, hopefully we can go out there and cause a bit of an upset. And just see how we get on. Kicking things off though with a corner to us. Doyle plays it in the middle, cleared by Mateta. Yokushlu picks up a loose ball, plays it out to Phillips on the right. He finds DK. Good save from Benitez. Griffith with a goal kick for us. Gets it over to Oxford. He finds Carl on that left wing back. Back to Oxford. In the middle to Yakushlu. He plays it through the middle. Can't find DK. Played forward by Anderson. Good tackle from Doyle. He picks up a loose ball. Sarmiento back to Phillips. What's he going to do? Gives it to Ørstegård. To Oxford. Yakushlu now being closed down by Crystal Palace. Oxford again. Ørstegård. Bringing the ball forward. Finds Doyle. Plays it down the right hand side. Furlong in a bit of space. In the middle. DK, can he pick up a loose ball? He's been fouled and that's a penalty. Could this be the start of things? Could this be the start of things? Going well for us. Great pen from DK right in the bottom corner. And West Brom 1-0 up against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. See that again. Right in the bottom corner. That's amazing. I'm glad that he's starting to find a little bit of form again because I was a bit concerned. That was weird. I was a bit concerned that he wasn't going to get the form that he had last season. Obviously, we've spoken about it before, but 51 goals in all comps was ridiculous. Mateta back to Eze. He plays it down the line and finds Elise. Trying to find a teammate. Gets it to Decore. Now Eze on the ball. Who can definitely be a threat going forward. He moves into the channels. Carl tries to intercept, but Elise picks up a loose ball. He plays it back to Eze. Finds Carl again, and we immediately give a penalty away to Crystal Palace. Come on, Griffiths. Pull out a wonder save here. Yet to save a penalty, actually. Oh, for God's sake. Fidel sends the keeper the wrong way. And we're back to 1-1. Nice and even game. What are you doing, Griffiths? Go is too early. He's off his line. They should take that again. They should be forced to take that again. Going forward with this West Brom save, just out of curiosity, I'd be keen to know what people watching would do. How far would you like to see this go? I was chatting with one of my friends about it on Discord last night, and we were kind of thinking, or I was thinking at least, what I might do with it. Obviously, I'm going to finish off this season. Hopefully, we end up in the Prem. Do a season or two in the Prem. Maybe we continue it until we try and become a bit of a threat in the Premier League. If we somehow manage to win it at some point, would be nice. But I'd be curious to see how long you want to see this West Brom story go on for. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Let me see what you would like to see us achieve. If we can, try and win the Premier League. If you want to see us try and qualify for Europe or something like that. It's probably not going to be something that I do for the entire season. In real life, not going to do it for the entirety of FM23. So there will be a cut-off point. But just curious to know what do you think is like the thing to try and expect? What would you expect us to achieve before we finish things off? Like I say, in my head, it's either just sort of win the league or qualify for Europe. And if we finished 5th, let's say, one season miraculously, got into the Europa League, the aim would be, all right, if we win the Europa League, what a way to finish things off. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. 1-1 at half-time, though. Good start, and then disappointing, immediately giving away a penalty. They give us a pen, we give them one back. I suppose you can't say that we're not fair. Can't say that we're not a nice group of lads. But yeah, can we do anything to step things up? Eze with a free kick for Palace. Plays it in. Good. I thought that was a save, but he missed. About to big you up with then, Griffiths. Drop a little bit of encouragement on the boys. Might cheer them up a little bit. Carl and Grant is having a bit of a rubbish game, as is Sarmiento, so I think I'm going to go for a double swap of Diangana and Wallace. And I've just had to have a conversation with Wallace because recently his recent form suggests that he hasn't played well, so I had to have a bit of a go at him. Standard Football Manager tactics, but hopefully he can come out on the pitch and perform for us. Anyway, Phillips plays it to Furlong. He gets it immediately to Wallace, his first touch of the ball. Moves down the right-hand side. What's he going to do? Plays it back to Doyle. He sends it home to Phillips. He finds Wallace. Comes on and scores. You have the chat with him about you got to improve your performances, and he does it immediately. In an important game again, against someone like Crystal Palace. Necessary to play like that. Really good team goal as well. Well worked. You'd like to think the keeper probably could have saved that if you're a Palace fan, but I'll take it. And Doyle on a corner for West Brom. Plays it in the middle. Daryl DK. Good goal. He's back. Oh, look how happy he is. Going mental with the West Brom fans. Yeah, near post. Near post corner tactics. Still as broken as ever. Palace with the kickoff though, and it is Guehi on the ball, plays it to Anderson. Into the middle to Eze. He tries to find Zaha, but Oxford intercepts. And Wallace on the ball now. Plays it down the line for Furlong, who's got acres of space. Finds Daryl Dike! He scored a hat-trick against Crystal Palace. There we go. Fantastic. That was his thing last season. He got a lot of hat-tricks. Obviously, it's kind of incredible to get that sort of goal tally, and I appreciate it's in the Championship. We didn't really have many threats. We didn't play any teams from the Premier League or anything like that, apart from, I think we played Brighton when they were in the Prem once. But there was no real danger. We're getting another kickoff highlight. Okay. Cool. Townsend intercepts. Oh, Palace are falling apart. DK again. Oh, the post. I thought that was going to be another immediate goal. That would have been amazing. I'm going to make a quick sub just before this highlight starts. I'm going to take off Doyle because he's looking a bit tired. We'll bring on Handel, and then I think to try and see out the game, last 15 minutes, let's bring on everyone's favourite, Taylor Gardner-Hickman. Go out there and make an impact. Yeah, I appreciate, obviously, 51 goals in the Championship against no real threats is probably relatively achievable, but at the same time, that's fantastic. And I pointed out to him, almost getting a fourth goal there. DK still on the ball. Was that a pen? No. Yakushlu to Townsend. Plays it in the middle to Doyle. He's fouled by Zaha. Crystal Palace losing a little bit of discipline there. But yeah, it's still achieving 51 goals. 45 of which came in the league. That's insane. That's absolute madness. You don't see that much these days. Wallace with the corner. Plays it in. Cleared. But as far as Wallace, he brings it back in the box. Phillips at the back stick, but heads it straight into the hands of Benitez. He plays it forward, but there are no Crystal Palace players forward. Griffiths coming out of goal to collect it. Interesting. Yakushlu to Diangana to DK. Perfect weighted pass to Wallace. Wow, 5-1 against Crystal Palace. This is a hell of a game. And I think it's pretty nailed on. We're going to be through to the next round of the FA Cup. I wasn't expecting an FA Cup run. I was expecting this season we're going to focus on the league. We got knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the first round that we entered. I think we enter in the second round of the Carabao Cup. But we got knocked out almost immediately. So it was like, all right, I guess we just focus on the league now. But yeah, a 5-1 victory against Crystal Palace and a 10 rating for Daryl Dike. That's obviously for his 3 goals and his assist. Exceptional performance. Absolutely destroyed them. 7th in the Premier League means nothing to us. Absolutely decimated them. You love to see it. Right, next fixture we're going to do though, and this is maybe the more important one, is that game that we've got coming up against Brighton. If the FA Cup draw happens though, we'll jump to that. But I'll see you there. As mentioned, here we go. We've got the FA Cup quarter-final draw right now. I wasn't expecting to be this far into the competition. It looks like Wolves are still in there, so quarter-final fixture against Wolves would be pretty special, obviously. One of West Brom's biggest rivals. Are we the slowest down team in this competition? We are. We're the only Championship team. All other 7, I believe, are Premier League. Yes, they are. Let's dive into it. Brentford play Bournemouth. I'd love that Wolves fixture. That would be so good. Come on. They've got Watford. That means we've got a choice of Norwich, Everton or Man City. Anyone. I don't want Man City out of those options then. And watch us get Man City now. Son of a bitch. Well, FA Cup was fun while it lasted. We've got Man City at home. That's pretty good though. That's good for our income. That should be a sellout match. That is a little bit disappointing. I would have loved to have got Wolves. I would have been happy with any of the other 6 teams, just not Man City, but alas. We play City in the 6th round. 6th round? Quarterfinals. I knew what I meant. Anyway, let's get to this Brighton game. Okay, diving into the game against Brighton in the league. Slight rotation. We've brought in Laborda into our back three. Connor Townsend steps in at left back. I brought in Handel as well in the middle. Jed Wallace getting the start as well. And DK, of course, continuing up front. It's hard to know what to expect in this game because, again, obviously I want us to win. I want us to keep that league form. I want us to get that league form back. Ignore that loss against Birmingham. Get back in there and try and win a few more games to secure this title. But it is Brighton, and they are the hardest team that we're going to have in this competition. And looking at that team, they've got the likes of Rob Holding, Lewis Dunk, Tarek Lamptey, Lallana, McAllister. They're a decent team, so I'm expecting them to be a massive pain. But yeah, if we take that fortune that we had against Crystal Palace, bring it into this game, and hopefully continue having this distance between them. Holding with the free kick for Brighton though, plays it to Lallana. Tackled by Laborda, good tackle. DK on the ball, but he's dispossessed. Lallana to Roberts. He plays it back to Dunk. Back to Lallana in the middle. Holding on the ball now. Lallana finds March. He plays it in the middle. Great ball to Adingra. Good save from Griffiths. Good save. Not the start I wanted. Not the start I wanted. I just really hope that we don't bottle things again. That would be my worst fear, is if we bottle things. Winning or coming second, first or second are the positions I would like us to ideally get. Winning, obviously, more so, but McAllister plays it in the middle, but Griffiths retrieves easily. Will he distribute quickly? He's taking his time. What's he going to do with it? Punts it down the pitch. Finds DK. Lovely touch. He's moving through the middle. Oh, hits the post. And cleared by Ricardo. Unlucky. Townsend on the free kick now. Plays it in the middle. Good head from Østergaard, but saved easily by Sanchez. Yeah, and Brighton. Yeah, definitely the hardest team in this league other than us. Just toying with the ball around us. McAllister in the middle to Zachary. Perfectly weighted pass to March. He brings it into our box. Tries to chip the keeper, but yeah, straight into the hands of Griffiths. That's strange. Maybe you try and chip the keeper there. And there, 3 of their back 4 have got yellow cards. Again, it'd be pretty nice to get a red for them. Make things a little bit easier. Anyway, going in at half-time, 0-0. Which arguably you'd maybe expect. The 2 biggest teams in the league. Pretty much, even Stevens against each other. Neither one really standing out by the looks of things. We've had a few more shots, but yeah, pretty even match so far. Townsend with the free kick. What will he do? Goes for goal. Just wide. Just wide. Unlucky. Lamptey on a throw-in now. Throws it to Roberts. Plays it in the middle. Intercepted by Furlong. And he plays it forward, but there's nobody up front. That would seem like a bit of a waste. Sanchez in the middle to Holding. He plays it to Lallana. Lallana perfectly weighted past to Zakiri, and that is a goal to Brighton. Demand more, I think, and definitely going to make some tactical changes. Wallace, you're going to come off for Grady. Hopefully he can make a bit of an impact. Anyone else playing awful? Furlong and Townsend not having the best games, but let's just do that single sub and see if we can get anything out of this. I don't think this highlight's going to lead to anything. Østergaard plays it forward. Can Furlong get it? No. Shame. And they've closed that gap now to a single point. Yeah, is this the crack starting to show in West Brom? Have they just worked out how to play against us? Townsend's playing poor, so Carl, you're coming on. Oh, maybe Laborda for Phillips. And I might bring on Tommy Doyle for Thomas Handel. Basically going to the team that beat Crystal Palace. And seeing if they can make any last minute impact. Let's try firing them up. Firing them up never seems to work on this game. Is this going to fizzle out to a 1-0 loss to Brighton? Highlight started. Dunk plays it to Holding. In the middle to Roberts. Roberts finds McAllister. He gets the ball to Zakiri. Lallana now to March. Again, great pass for Zakiri. Cuts our defence open. Goes for goal. Cleared off the line by Oxford. Furlong heads it down the line, but Lamptey picks it up. Good tackle from Dean Garner. Wow. I was talking about them getting bookings. We've got a team that's almost entirely yellow now. This is ridiculous. Adingra with a throw for Brighton. Cleared by Ørstegard. And back out for another throw. And again, I fear this may be a loss for us. Ørstegard to Doyle. Can't find Furlong. Intercepted. And now Adingra coming forward. Plays it forward for Zakiri. Finds him. He brings it into our box. Good tackle from Oxford. Back to Griffiths. He launches it forward. Can DK get onto the ball? He heads it to no one. Lamptey on the loose ball. Plays it in the middle. Lallana back to Roberts. Played wide out to Lamptey again. Down the line to Adingra. In the middle. Trying to find Zakiri. He does. Good save from Griffiths. Last minute highlight. Oxford on the ball for West Brom. Plays it to Carl. Can we get a last minute equaliser? Carl bringing it forward. Launches it. Tries to find DK. Grant tries to tackle. But Lallana on the ball. Plays it to Roberts. And West Brom just closing them down now. Dunk plays it long. Good interception. But Brighton back on the ball again. And a foul there from Yakushlu. Picking up another yellow. We're getting a fine. Is that 5, 6 yellow cards? It's ridiculous. McAllister with a free kick in our half. This has got to be the last kick of play, if it happens. Sends it into our box. Cleared. Grant picks up a loose ball. And we lose 1-0 to Brighton. What a shame. I do not like what I've just seen from that team. And this is where the problems start happening. We've lost 2 games on the bounce in the league. Coventry battering QPR there. Down to a single point between both of us. We've got 10 games to go. Hopefully, we can win against the other teams. Like, we've got Hull coming up. That should be an easy win. I mean, if we look at our schedule now, yeah, the next run we've got, you think Hull should be winnable. QPR should be winnable. Stoke should be winnable. Preston, I mean, they're in 8th, but again, should be beatable. Swansea should be an easy game. Portsmouth, fine. Southampton are another difficult team. Blackburn look like they're going to be difficult. Fulham are going to be difficult. And Bristol should be the easiest way to end the season. But what I think we're going to do, we're going to play a few games offline and we're going to come back for the Man City and Preston game. Just so we can keep showing you the FA Cup. Hopefully we can beat those 3 teams though in between. We'll just come back for a double header. If we do well against Man City for somehow, which I can't see happening, and we make it through to the semi-finals, then obviously we'll keep showing the FA Cup run. I have a feeling we're probably going to lose that one though. That's going to be everything from me. I'll see you in the next episode where we take on Man City in the FA Cup quarter-final. I can't believe that we're actually making it this far into the competition, but yeah. Very nice. Anyway, my name's been Dan, aka D-Boy. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, give us a little subscribe and a like down below because it helps me out. And if you want to check out more content from myself, please head over to twitch.tv/dboyplays, where I'm currently doing a save as Rochdale, which is proving a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Laters.